So this weekend we have the Collins Cup hosted by the PTO. Think Ryder Cup come triathlon. An exciting new format, bringing together some of the best triathletes in the world to race for Team Europe, Team USA and Team Internationals. Now we already know which athletes will be representing their respective teams, but all we're waiting for now is to find out which athletes will be racing which we already know because we've just had the Collins Cup team draft. But I am going to be giving you a behind the scenes look as to how those decisions have been made and what the athletes think about it.
The strongest legs in the sport. Yo, 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 stand long.
Into the first battle, and we nominate Daniela Reeve as the first one.
So let's recap quickly. There are 12 athletes on each team, 6 men and 6 women. Therefore, there will be 12 individual races where one athlete from each team will go up against one another. And it's up to the teams as to who they put in each of those races. The only rule is that men race men and women race women. And that draw will be taking place in the team draft. And by the time you are watching this video, that team draft will have actually already happened in a live broadcast. So you may well actually know which athletes will be racing which, but what you don't know is how those teams and the team captains got to those final decisions. So in today's video, I'm going to be taking you back to the past and looking at how those decisions were made. Okay, what a stellar team you guys have got. It is impressive. Who are you? I mean, they're all very good, but any particular wild cards that you think might bring something exciting to the game?
Oh, that's interesting. I like our team.
We've got our team. No wild cards. They're all amazing.
Yeah,
they're all the best in the field, and they just really want to be here.
Yeah.
This is the race, and that goes a long, long way to elevate their talent and their skills.
Yeah. Now, okay, we've got the team draft later. How's it going to play out? What are you thinking? Who are the worries in the other teams? You know, Team Europe, when they pick Jan Frodeno, what are you thinking?
We've got an interesting strategy for that. We can't tell you, of course.
I don't know, come on.
You're pairing up skill sets, and you're pairing up also people who really prepared to be here. You know, so we've got I think of our team as an up and coming team. We have some veterans on the team. Yeah. We have some very keen athletes on the team. Yeah. We've received a couple of texts from athletes on the team that said, I want to crack at the big guy.
Okay.
So we can't tell you who those people are. That's a good pick. I like Kyle Smith as a pick.
I think there's a lot of chatter about him at the moment.
There should be a lot of chatter about Kyle Smith and Max Newman.
Yes.
There should be a lot of chatter about Max Newman.
Okay.
Yeah.
This is the interesting thing. If they pick out their big player, you could save your big player for another round, I guess.
Right.
No?
Has
this been a discussion?
The whole thing's on the table.
Yeah. We're afraid of no one.
Yeah. Okay.
We're ready to trump Jan with a great athlete.
Okay.
And we got 6 of them to choose from.
Good answer.
So we're not afraid of
You're
any
keeping
of
it very secretive for us. How about on the women's side? Any chatter there? Any sort of people you're excited about? Also equally same with the people they may pick?
Again, we had athletes calling out wanting to race other athletes.
Okay.
So you'll see some pairings, I think, depending on how the draft plays out. But you'll see athletes who said, if I get the chance, I want to race her. And that impressed us. I think that was the standout, was getting texts saying, let me have a crack at so-and-so.
Okay.
And people really thinking, I can beat Daniela. Put me up against her.
Yeah.
And that's what we want to hear. And but you know what's interesting is that right now, while the evening is where we pick live, we pick our teams, and we don't know how it's going to go because we don't know when our choice is. The athletes, I'm putting myself in their position right now. They're wondering, who am I racing? So as an athlete, you're always thinking about the race, visualizing the race. Well, that can't really start until tonight when they know who they're actually racing against. They're not racing against a field of 40 women or field of 40 men. They're racing one person. So right now, there's a lot of excitement going on up in the international team tower.
You're keeping your cards very close to your chest, but probably Ryan saying there's a benefit to going last in the picks?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, we have we have the little war room where you sit down and make out the order. So I think that there's an advantage to going last in the picks. We'll see who picks up.
Also, I don't think we're getting any more than this. So yeah, thank you very much.
There you go.
Okay, Team Europe. I don't think it's unfair of me to say it is a very, very strong team, possibly the strongest there. How are you thinking of using all these players?
It really is that we have the strongest team on paper. But as you know, or as I usually say, don't eat the chicken before you catch it. It's same in racing, so many things can happen. What happens if someone has a flat tire? Immediately 5 minutes are gone, and then a leading position or a very strong athlete is probably behind. Or so I would prefer to not say it's fixed. We have to do it first. But the athletes are ready, and I think it's a good energy. They're looking forward, and this is the best thing.
Cool, so you got two, very big players amongst the others, Jan Frodeno, Daniela Ryf. How are you thinking of using them? Will you put them into the hottest matchups or save them and be tactical?
See, I think because of the Swift competition, Team Europe has the first pick.
Yeah.
So in the women's field, don't tell it, but we're going to put the fastest horse first.
Okay.
Or I think we put Daniela in first because we just want to win the first match.
Yeah.
I think this is good energy and it's good for the others. So this is our tactic. But of course the others will not just accept it. They will draw. They will. Yeah.
And then we've got some, particularly Team USA. We've got some, I guess you call them wild cards, some ITU short course athletes coming in. Who are you thinking you put in against those? Yeah,
so this is going to be hard because I don't know exactly, or we don't know exactly when they will pull which one.
Yeah.
So we have to see how it unrolls. But of course, we try to put those athletes who we know that are the fast runners or that are stronger overall
like
in a match.
Talent maybe?
Yeah, maybe.
Like okay.
Where we know that she can outrun.
Yeah.
Pretty much everybody, so that we have her in a perfect position with the other twos. So because it's that flow going on, and we do not have always the first pick, we have to see the cards of the others.
And then those Uber bikers out there, we've got Sam Long, we've got Andrew Starkovic.
Yeah, we have a bike weapon too.
Well, yes.
Yeah, well, we have Sebi. So if they put the bike guys, we of course bring Sebi, because he also can bring the watts, and this is going to be a great showdown on the bike. I bet if that match is a match that comes together, we will have some good bike splits.
Awesome, thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Okay, super guys, you've got a stellar team. Really impressive. Anyone in that team that really stands out that you're excited about?
I'm excited about all of them.
Yeah.
I think we have a great team.
I got to say, on the female side, you've got the ITU stars coming in. What do you think they're going to bring to the table?
Well, they clearly are going to bring some speed, and they're both fast swimmers. So I think that they're used to that fast swim from ITU. So they could just take the race out right from the start, which kind of puts them in a position of power.
Yeah. Have you already thought about who you might throw them up against?
We definitely have things in mind for sure.
Are you happy to divulge? the odd athlete, would you put them up against Daniela, for instance?
I think our strategy is that we trust that our athletes are strong enough to go against their best. Okay. So we are pretty much trying to just match up strength with strength.
Yeah, okay. So you're not thinking perhaps save your best athlete. So I could say they pick Daniela, and then you go, okay, interesting. We'll save our best for another race.
No, I think that would be like we're afraid, and we're not afraid.
How about on the men's side? Any exciting battles you're looking forward to?
Well, the men, we have a pretty young team, and all the guys except for Andrew Starkowitz, they're all on the upswing, and so I'm pretty excited because I think that a lot of them are going to surprise people with their performances. And so, again, Karen and I have talked about it, and clearly I think our strategy is to put our best against everybody else's best and let the young guys go and earn their, chew on the leather that's been, holding this horse together for a while and see what comes out of it.
Now Starkey, interesting one, obviously a late addition, absolute uber biker. Are you excited to put him up against another athlete? I'm really trying here to get ideas from you, but come on. Anyone really like to see
there's a couple of ways you could go with Starkey. You could stick him up, let's say, against Jan, because he could just blow Jan away on the bike.
Yeah.
And
you don't think he'd lose too much on the swim?
He might lose some on the swim, but you've never seen Starkey go berserk. He's he can ride that bike like nobody out there, and he doesn't care how he runs. And so it would be interesting. Or you could go the other direction and kind of go, maybe it would be a better matchup and interesting if somehow it works out that some of the guys who are all top on the bike are together, and maybe they're not the best runners on the planet, it makes it more of an interesting race. I personally like the idea of very interesting races where everybody's really close together.
Okay.
And then on that day, we have a few key concepts we are going to instill in our athletes for race day, so that hopefully, if things are close, they're going to be able to go, see ya.
Yeah, I like the idea about Starkey though with Jan. I mean, the idea of him, I'm almost like pulling Jan along and pushing him maybe beyond his limits. And although Andy's obviously not a renowned runner, that could be really interesting. I don't want to sway your decision, obviously, and I'm not sure I am, but I quite like that idea.
Yeah.
I hadn't thought about that. So, guys, I'm really excited for later.
Just try and make a big explosion from both of them, huh?
Yeah, just really mix things up. Yeah, unpredictable. Awesome, thanks very much.
You're welcome.
Sure.
Well, I've got to say, all this chat has made me even more excited about this race. Although some of the captains are keeping their cards very close to their chests. All there's to do now, though, is find out who will be racing who in the team draft. Although, I know you guys already know.
Center of the stage, please. Guustavv in front, praise, fist ups, face ups. Don't feel up. You don't understand it. After the big match 12, Team US, please.
Since he's the last guy, the choice is easy. Justin just gets the job done. The Metzler, Justin Metzler.
Oh, well, Justin, thank you very much indeed. When it comes down to the final race, we'll want to
So that concludes the team draft and the selections for each match, and wow, it is looking so exciting. So let's catch up with a few of the athletes to see what they think about their match picks and their competition. Right, Jan, Sam Long, Sam Appleton, what do you reckon? How do you feel about that?
At least I can't get the names wrong, can I? No, pretty wicked. I mean, I've raced Sam before.
Yeah.
I think last time we raced was in Port Elizabeth, 2018. We were in the front pack together, and I remember him doing the work on the last 10K.
Yeah.
Great guy to I don't know, race against. Sam Long, I mean, he's like a surprise package. I mean, I call him the Boulder Bubble King, because really the last, whenever he's raced against his local people, but he does show some amazing promise.
And he leaves it all on the line, doesn't he?
He does,
I feel like he's coming in to disturb things somehow, maybe. I don't know, I have faith in you, man. But
yeah, I'm not quite as confident as Norman Stadler. I never would be, but I do feel it could be really exciting. Generally, I think, the swim, I hope he has a good swim. I genuinely hope he has a good swim, because it could just be an epic smash fest, and that would be what I'm here for.
Okay, Starkey, it's the Uber Biker matchup. Sebi, Lionel, and yourself. What do you think?
I'm excited. I mean, you got three guys that are absolutely ruthless on the race course. You got three guys that are going to bury themselves. You could call us the Uber Bikers. I mean, I call it the no tactic race. There's no tactics. I mean, it is three guys that are just going to throw down start to finish. And, there might be some tactics in some of the other races, but this race, there is
I mean, are you going to leave anything in the tank for the run, or is it just use that strength on the bike? And
The goal is to win.
Yeah.
I don't care how I do it. I can tell you at the finish line there will be nothing left in the tank.
Is this like the perfect matchup for you? Are you really excited?
You know what? There's other. I mean, I thought about all the options. This was one that definitely was in my mind. I thought Team International was going to play Lionel a little differently, but I mean, I welcome chances every chance I get to beat Lionel. We've raced a lot. I mean, we're from the same general vicinity of the world, so we've done a lot of racing, and I'm looking forward to it.
Okay, Annie, you've got Jackie Herring and Jenny Metzler. How do you feel about that?
I think they're pretty good, strong runners, so I'm very excited. I hope it will be a close race, that we maybe can stick together, swim, have a good bike ride, and I don't remember if I ever raced them, so it's a kind of a like...
Unknown territory.
Yeah, definitely, so I'm really excited, and I hope for a great race.
So it could literally come down to a run race at the end.
I hope so, I really...
Would you like that?
I would really like that, but normally I'm always a chaser, so it would be great to be on the run with really good runners, so it would be a first-time experience. So yeah, I'm really excited, and I'm looking forward.
Brilliant, best of luck.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Katie, so you have got Lucy and Paula, two athletes you're kind of familiar with. Well, Paula obviously, but Lucy, you have raced her?
Well, she raced Leeds.
Yeah. So a bit of experience. How do you feel about that matchup?
I feel, well, I'm nervous because I know how good both of them are and how strong they are. But I also like that I've had the familiarity with them, and I know it's going to be a really, really hard race. I also know they're I wouldn't call myself the underdog, but I'm the less experienced of the three.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I guess I could have raced anyone and that would have been the case in the longer distance.
Now I'm interested because obviously we know Lucy's a very strong swimmer, but you're a very good swimmer. Do you think you could stick with Lucy?
Well, I mean, Lucy is quite strong. I had the opportunity to race her in Leeds, and I didn't swim with Lucy, but I'd like to give it a second shot.
Yeah, and then on the bike, obviously the bike is, I guess, slightly unknown for you, probably less familiar with a TT bike. Have you ridden one at all?
I have an hour 45 in the bank.
Nice.
I got my bike in Edmonton, and I was deciding kind of whether to ride the TT bike or ride my road bike, but I've been told by all of the longer distance athletes that it's better to ride the TT bike, and I have it set up a little bit more conservatively, so it's it's not going to be the most aggressive aero position, just to make sure that when it comes to the run, I can run and not have done anything weird.
Awesome. Well, it's super excited. I'm really excited for this particular matchup, so best of luck.
Awesome, thank you.
Wow, so some incredible matchups, some incredible races coming this weekend. We've got Uber bikers in some races, fast runners in other races, and just general loudmouths in other races. It is going to be epic. I'm super looking forward to it. I hope you guys are too. Just tune in this Saturday. This is a first of its kind triathlon, the Collins Cup, hosted by the PTO. If you enjoyed today's video, please do give it a thumbs up, give it a like. Thank you to all the athletes and the team captains that got involved in today's video. And if you haven't done so already, subscribe down below.